Everyone. Before we get into this evening's live, I would like to go over a quick overview of what is transpiring and what we have to look forward to going into this thinly traded weekend. Right now, as we can see, XRP is only up about 0.5% since the flip of the clock here about 1 hour and 49 minutes ago. But Bitcoin here with the old 222 in front of us, a sign the angels are with us this evening, is up $786 right now at 102,221, now 273, up 0.83% and starting to make a little bit of movement. We've got Ethereum back over 3,930, up about 0.6% here on the day. We do have one of our tokens that we do hold, Canto, that had a great day before the flip over 20%, and now after the flip, it seems to be continuing its momentum here, at least it was. It's up 8.8% real quick here as well. So this was just down at literally just in the last, in the very short near term, December 11th, we were down at 2.4. And now it's all back up here at 3.6. That's a healthy move we've had here for us the last couple of days here. That's 40 for wow. So good movement there. But we've got, we'll get into the Bitcoin chart. We'll get into the massive liquidations that have taken place across crypto. I believe it's over $3 billion now. And leverage trades that have been liquidated in about the last 4, maybe 5 days. So that's a lot of liquidity loss from retail investors. We've got XRP that appears to be setting up for a 25% surge this weekend, up to that $3.04 mark. And we'll see what has to happen for that to actually validate itself, which, where it's at right now, it's in a validation zone to where it's set up for this move. It's over the top of a short-term pattern consolidation, whether you want to call it a pennant flag, a flag channel, a falling channel, or a bull flag if you go just a little bit farther out on the flag. On the pole setup. We've broken out of that consolidation. We've back tested that consolidation when we went down to $2.38 earlier. And now, either this is going to be the start of something pretty impressive this weekend, because it might only be a 25% move. But the beauty of this is for XRP, and everything points to it having a bullish scenario that looks like a flag, looks like a bullish consolidation. We're on the outside of the consolidation. We have an inverse head and shoulders playing out. Oh, he is? Oh, I have not looked at comments yet, but Julie has told me my dad is watching. Hello, Dad. I'm glad to see you in the, well, I don't even know you're in the audience yet, so I don't even know my dad's in the audience. But this inverse head and shoulders here is also playing out. And it definitely is targeting this breakout pattern. And every single thing that we see here, as long as this breaks out and it doesn't invalidate itself, we're looking at a 25% surge, and XRP will find itself over $3 for the first time since 2018. So that would be a pretty remarkable move. I'd be rather impressed to see that, because I've never been able to say in my almost 4 years here that XRP is over $3. But everything to me looks like it's setting up just fine. We've got much higher targets than just this. But, we've got a lot to look forward to here, especially if this does break up right now. Let me turn the comments on here since my dad is in the audience. Let's see. But welcome in, everybody. I really appreciate it. Yes, there's my dad, Tom Spica. Good to see you in here, Dad. I'll see you tomorrow at Isaac's Games. He's sleeping? That quick?
Yeah.
Wow.
His diaper's still fine.
Good, good.
He just literally...
Anti-communist, welcome in. He says, Tom is the kindest man with the best crypto news ever. Please give Tom a big thumbs up. Hey, I appreciate that, anti-communist. Yeah, smash the like button. Please appreciate that. Krango, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for your first month with the emoji badge and me being abducted by aliens. So... And I could say say hi to everybody, but it's going to cut. We got a lot of people in here. Daniel, welcome in. Steve, good evening. George, welcome in. Thanks for being in Tom's Army for 3+ months with the XP Media, along with Man and his dog. 777, welcome in with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens in his first month in Tom's Army, along with Kranga. So, I think this is important. XRP is important, as we know, but Bitcoin is really going to tell us this weekend, and it looks like nice inverse and head and shoulders here. Looks like we should go up to that 106,341. We do know, and the guru's on board now, mind you, the guru from Greek. You know, I mentioned him sometime. He's got like 1.2 million in his trading account that he shows every day. The guy's a multi-millionaire. He's a venture capitalist, but he's finally come on the right side of town. He was talking that bearish nonsense for a couple days, thinking Bitcoin was going to 92,000. But now all of a sudden he's changed tone and said Bitcoin's got a target to 126,000 now, which I was happy to see that because we've been talking the whole time how we're not worried because Bitcoin's had this cup and handle for a very long time. And I'm not one who tends to get worried, one, when the volume's, not that it's going crazy, but we haven't had any downward action, not much to speak of. But this technical target is still playing out, and you measure the base of the cup. And for anybody who doesn't know, we've got, oh, I got to go back far. Well, no, I don't. Yeah. Measure the cup. Then you've got the handle. And we talked about for a long time that it was a megaphone pattern. And it actually played out that way, the way it bounced up. But anyhow, you measure the depth of the cup for Bitcoin, and the target is 122,782. Until it gets there, I can't say that the pattern's over. Just like until XRP gets to $4 or $5.49, I can't say the pattern is over because the technical setup was a descending wedge for over 7 years. So I'm not going to say that the pattern's over till it is. And the good thing with XRP, and I'll tell you right after this, after I do the intro, good evening, 8:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Friday, December 13th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future DIGIBYTE OG. And the Future DIGIBYTE OG has over 500,000 tokens of DGB. It sat there at 1.3 cents, and I couldn't resist. I just kept on buying. I said I would keep doing this, and so much a day, and now it's gone over 500,000 tokens. And now my average has creeped up from 0.007 to 0.0089. I got to be careful. Got to be careful. What up, Tom? Great show. Respect to you, brother. Love your show here in Landale. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. But yeah, DGB, that bag is getting rather large. My average was 0.0057, but I couldn't resist. I just can't resist. Now it's 0.08. I think it's almost 0.089 now. The last I looked, the last one that went through, and I'm like, ooh, I got like 530,000 tokens now. It's like, when do I stop? I don't know. DGB's, but anyhow, what the heck is this white? No one's gonna be able to see on that color. Why is the arrow that color? Whatever. So right here, we've got what looks like a cup that's forming an all-time in the all-time realm here for XRP. We got up to $3.27. Obviously, on other charts, we got up to $3.50 or 60. But for the point of reference here, it was $3.31. You measure the base of the cup, if this is what's going to end up playing out. And from the base of the cup, we measured it. And we just wanted to see for the heck of it. And the technical target, if you break past the base of the cup and you hold that support, is $6.79. Now, that's only if this plays out. We've already got it verified, though. We know this was a descending wedge, downtrending resistance. And I know it's hard to see in the weekly of McAfee with DG. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's for anybody who's heard that intro before. That was going way. That's like in the Wayback Machine. But yeah, this was a descending wedge. First target out of the descending wedge was $2.22, which we, like I said yesterday, and ones with sensitive ears who might not want to listen to, XRP, I thought the biggest problem that XRP was going to have was getting past the $1.98 mark because it was the 2021 high. And I thought because we got slammed there, we might hit a brick wall there. Well, instead of what happening, XRP not only broke over $2 or $1.98, it just, no respect. It just broke over $1.98. And then it decided to drop down pack test, it teabagged the 2021 high, and then it grittied right on its face, right over the top. Like, literally, XRP did the gritty on the 2021 bear market high of 2021. Like, it literally did. And the fact that it came down and teabagged the actual price action there and just continued going is pretty impressive to me. To me, it's pretty impressive. Like, I don't say that lightly. I think it's pretty damn impressive that it did that. And now if you look at it, and I'm going to take it into the lower scale, you look at some of our history. So how do we know that cup and handles play out like that? Well, all we have to do is go back very, very recently in the XRP. I mean very recent in the XRP's history. What we just came out of is here. The cup that formed in 2022 in March, and it ended up materializing in July of 2023 when everybody said, oh my God, XRP is the biggest pile of you know what? It's the biggest pile of trash. Why would you hold this? It goes up 180 or 150% and drops all in one. Listen, guys, that was all BS. We made the cup. So when the news came out, it gave us the opportunity to make a almost year and a half, 2 year in the making. Well, this was a year and a half in the making cup. But then the almost 2.5 year in the making handle and cup. So that news that everybody was mad about, I was so happy during this entire consolidation because I knew eventually, whew, and that's what happened. But the problem is here is we're seeing it repeat. Patterns tend to repeat themselves. So we can't build a bearish scenario until it is warranted. Everybody's trying to build the bearish scenario right now, and we're not there yet. Let me just keep talking real quick. So the cup target, you just follow the cup with the color, yellow cup, yellow target from the base, the measurement. The technical target was $1.38. That's when I said if we held that, that's when the bull market starts. The handle was the initial signal that we've got to start watching for a bull market. The handle broke out. The target was $1.18. We know that by the handle measurement and the color. So I color coded it. So once we broke that, we said, holy crap. We got to start watching. Broke the handle, held it as support. I remember when it came back right down to it like $1.32, threw it a little bit, then when it bounced it, I'm like, whoa. So then you have to start looking at the upper boundaries. When we broke through $1.98, I think that's what threw the entire community, at least me, it threw me through a loop. Because I thought when it got to $1.98, the high, that maybe it was going to struggle for a second. Well, kind of did the opposite. It acted like there was nothing there at all. And it was a fantastic thing. And then it came down from $2.92. It came down and it tapped the 2021 swing high from 2021 at $1.98. So basically what it did, if you guys know what the wick-off accumulation is in the ABC correction theory. So basically what happened is that was a third wave correction. So in the third wave, I think it was a third wave. Anyhow, we had an ABC correction. We went from basically hitting $2.92. Let's see where we came from. So we went 292 or 262 after. So we hit the top to 292. We had an A down to, I believe it was, what was the first drop? $2.15, I believe, when it was 222 might have been, or 220, 215. I think it was 215 the first drop. So then we went 215 on A, and then to get the correction on, so we went A, and then we went to B to 262, and then we went back down to $1.85 for the last part of the C. So it was ABC correction, but it finished at $1.88. I remember when it was at $1.98, and a lot of people were saying that ended the ABC correction, but it was not correct. It had to go lower. It really had to go lower, and the reason it did was we had an FVG, which is a fair value gap, at that $1.88 to $1.90 level. So, in my opinion, it had to take that out. And now, unbeknownst to many who don't understand technical analysis, I said this yesterday, I'm going to say it again. Does anybody see a dragon? Am I crazy? Do you see a dragon here? Because I damn sure feel like, and this pattern's easier to see, I made it easier to see. I think that I see a dragon. And if I see a dragon's tail and this plays out, we are going to be so happy soon. So, and for anybody who doesn't know, let me just fill in the gaps. I feel like this is how I do my best work, when I just kind of keep talking until I need to not until I need to move on. I like dragons too. I especially like the dragon pattern, especially where we're at in the dragon pattern. Because technically we had that drop down already that could have thrown us off, and this is what makes me extremely excited about this, is the fact that we started breaking out and then we went shoo. Like we had this all set up and then we went shoo. Almost like we created the tail finally. Now, again, we were going up. Shoo. It looks like we're building this out, and if it's the case, you don't know when, you don't know how, you don't know the exact moment, but you do know eventually that with the dragon pattern, it's pretty damn bullish, okay? That's all I'm going to say. This is a pretty damn bullish setup when this plays out. And, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to see that exact same setup here now. Let me take it out into a longer time frame. I am starting to see, look at that. I am starting to, what's the measured move for 0.006 to $1 now? Ooh. Yeah, see, you're going back into the to yesteryear from 2017, and I know what you're doing there. But if that if you want to measure it like that, I could give us some of the crazy targets, but I don't want to go there yet. I'll tell you when I'll go there. I'll tell you when I go there. When XRP breaks out of these technical targets, we'll go there. And if XRP is sitting here above $6.40, amused reindeer, we will go there and make that measured move. But you and I both know you have to add at least a 0 to make that move. So I'm not going to entertain the audience's mind when they're like, oh my God, what do you mean we have to add a 0? So, but I'm leaving this out here for a sec. Can you guys visualize a dragon? Oh, some of you see it now. Look, George sees it. We can look at Jasmine, John. I own Jasmine, so of course I will. But amused. Am I embellishing to the audience, or would you have to add a 0 to the price? Or is that an embellishment? Because I think you know what I'm talking about. So Daniel can see it. Good. Krango can see it. See, I'm trying to teach within my analysis. This is what I do. And then I need to, and then it validates it for me too. So, does Tom Spica know Frank Spica from Charlotte, Michigan? Hey, Dad, do you know Frank Spica from Charlotte, Michigan? Amuse says, yeah, see, but he knows. He knows. Still accumulating XRP, I'll stop at $5. Hey, I'm not going to kill you for it. I am not going to kill you for it. So, that is, I mean, this is exciting. This is exciting. I'm bringing in, I wanted to be positive this evening, and I wanted to bring in that happy, you know, it does MC Prosperity like a great W pattern to the upside. It sure does. It sure does. What happened by 22? What do you think will happen? Buying all dips on the way. So, okay. So, this is the dragon pattern. This is the best one probably to show you. You see how we form like this W, and now we kind of have the... Ours superseded. So, ours is more like this. We superseded the pull down. We had a nice wick pull down. I wish I could find the one I had yesterday. But you can see it. Like, I like how this... You see this? Hold on, everybody. You see how this is set up? You see the dragon? Watch this. It's so freaking crazy that we have this pattern right now. I'm sorry. I don't even know in my history if I've talked about this pattern as much as I have now. But the fact it's I can't unsee this shit. I can't unsee it. This is so freaking bullish. Look at this. If you think you've seen something, you haven't seen shit yet. Excuse my French. You haven't seen anything yet. If that's what this is. And doesn't it look like this? To boom, to boom, to boom. Let's see. I got an idea here, folks. I got an idea. I'm going to use my brain real quick. Going to take a whole picture of that. I'm going to delete this. Dracarius. All right, so let's delete this. Just bear with me for a sec. We're going to take a picture of that. We are going to go into the gallery. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Just so we can make this smaller. We're going to go here. And we are going to superimpose that onto here. So that we can look at this. From a real way. Holy shit! Guys, look at that! Holy fuck! Holy sh... You can't make that up! You cannot make that up! I can't make that up if I tried. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh boy. Okay, well, I dare say that this just got a little more exciting here. I'm not even sure what to say there. Look at that. Look at that. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing here? Are you?
He's sleeping.
Julie, look at, no, come here. I'm sorry. I superimposed the dragon pattern and look.
Ooh.
It looks exactly like the pattern XRP's in, and I superimposed it over and look. It looks exactly like the dragon pattern.
Its butt's just a little lower.
Well, that's because it's not going to be 100%.
Well, it looks pretty close.
It does.
It just needs a lower butt.
It does. That is craziness.
Yeah, even you got the feet.
Wow. I mean, when I said I was going to superimpose it, I didn't think that it was going to be that close. Oof. That is well, I guess you can't debate that it's a dragon pattern. So, if that's a dragon pattern, it's going to eventually here lift off. And we can try to find bearish sentiment, but it's just not here right now. You know, like if I was really, really bearish, I'd be talking about it. But like every single corner I go to, it just gets more bullish and more bullish and more bullish. And it's like, I don't even know where, every time I try to find a reason why it can't, I find 3 more reasons why it's going to go up. And like, I try to be non-biased. I try to look at it both ways, but there's simply no 2 ways to look at this right now. Unless it's just for whatever reason implodes. Because now I think the, tomorrow, 10 p.m. reversal in 2025, the year of the dragon. From Never Ending Story, Falcon. Yo. So dragon pattern, it's going to pump longer. Or technically the dragon pattern, it pumps. Basically, this would tell you it's the ultimate bullish continuation sign, and that it should, it's going to end up pumping through probably, if this pattern plays out, this should bring us to all-time highs easily. And we're just going to have to deal with that 304, but this is an extremely bullish setup. That doesn't mean that it can't come down. As you can see, my targeted breakout area, if it doesn't do it now, because the uptrend's there just in case it gets scared and it needs to come out and build like, some would say maybe, some would say a tail, but I don't know, man. I see a tail here, so Or the ass, the butt, whatever you want to... I don't know. This just is too freaky. That's too freaky. And for anybody who just came in, we superimposed this dragon over the our own chart. And, like, you're on the tail right now. Like, we're legitimately on the tail. Like, we are legitimately... Whoops. What the hell? No, I don't want to do that. I just want my... Oh, it's making me do that. Whoops. But I think you guys get what I'm saying. Like, this is... We're on the tail. Like, we're legitimately on the tail. We've already made the hump. It's crazy how these things follow each other. It's just so crazy. It's like I said earlier, I'd be pretty surprised if we don't see, by the end of this pattern, some kind of upward volatility. Like I said, there is a chance $2.32, even if it stays bullish, can hit. You know, right now Ethereum is kind of bouncing up and down, up and down. It doesn't really know. So a lot of people are waiting to see if this reversal does play out. I've seen some people say the reversal comes tomorrow. I've seen some people say the reversal comes after the weekend. Some say the reversal comes while we're sleeping tonight. Some say it won't reverse at all and it'll just continue the downward trajectory. So I'll be very anxious to see which way this plays out. But every measurement I'm getting right now looks really, really good to me. Like, I feel really, really good about what I'm seeing. That doesn't mean it's going to play out, but just from the technical indicators that you're going to find and just like some of the hidden patterns that you can see, I just, you know, if you're technically savvy, right now you're sitting there saying, man, I better make plans for this next move because this is going to be the one that really tops off the portfolio if this plays out. Like, it's one of those things, if you woke up in this last 3 weeks and your mouth is still dropped right now that your portfolio is where it's at overall, not just XRP, but obviously with XRP, if you bought 10,000 tokens at 35 cents or somewhere near where we did, and you spent $3,500, and now you're sitting here and it's worth, you know, just under 25,000, you know, over 24,000 easy. You know, it can be a jaw-dropping moment. Or if you, let's say you had 100,000 tokens and it cost you 35 grand, and now you're sitting here with 243,000, you know, or if you had $1,000, you know, you had $1,000 and now you're sitting here with 2,004. Yeah, it's this, or if you had $1,000 dollars to put in, and let's just say you had 3,000 tokens. I mean, it's the same thing from different perspectives. So it's a pretty crazy thing. It's a pretty crazy thing. Maybe you had 1,000 tokens, and when it was at 35 cents, your 1,000 tokens were worth what? $350. But now that 350's turned into 2,400, you're sitting there like, oh my God, I've never seen my $350 ever do something like this. You know, that's what it's all about. Now, if it makes the next move, what it's truly all about, and why we were so laser focused, and why I approach the market the way I do, and why I was so dead set against buying above 40 cents, unless your plan was to just keep buying, you know, and you're continuing to buy no matter what until it hits a certain price ratio, that's one thing. But if you were prescribing to the theory of what I was trying to sell, and you couldn't buy it, you could just learn it. I was just saying, if you want to turn $3,500 into 100,000, I have an idea. And the idea was that bear market was about to play through. And my idea was when it gets down sub 40 cents, we buy 10,000 tokens. And I was targeting the sub 40. I even said if it goes sub 30, but it ended up being that 3,500. I did get under it. I was about 34 cents. But still, it was the $3,500 portfolio that you could buy 10,000 tokens with XRP at 35 cents. Instead of buying it when it was still over $1 when I started talking about this, or at $1.50 after we had already sold out at $1.66 in the bull market, I said, this is my plan, and it's not just going to be XRP. And DGB, I did not know I was going to have over 500,000 tokens at just under 0.009 cents. Like, I didn't know I was going to accumulate that many. But I knew I would have 10,000 XLM under 10 cents, and I have it at 8. I knew I would have 10,000 H bar well under 10 cents and I have it at 4.8 cents. You know, I knew I was going to have certain things, but with XRP, I didn't talk about, hey, this is how you can turn this into that with other things. I just simply said, we're due XRP, and this is my plan. 10,000 tokens at 35 cents, and we'll turn that into 100 grand when it's all said and done at minimum. And right now that 3,500 is turned into 24,000. So even if you never want to stay on board that whole time, I think turning 3,500 into 24,300 is life-changing. It's life-changing. When I was broke, if I could have turned 3,500 into 24 grand, I would have cried. I would have legitimately got to my knees and started crying with how broke I was. You know, and that's basically what happened in the first market, the bull market I had in crypto in 21. Everything was like, this is how much I have in this account, and 3 weeks later I have this. So it basically went from like having a 4,000 or 4,500 total account to almost 20,000 in 3 weeks, and I sat there like, oh my God. And, you know, I had experience a little bit with that in the stock market, but then this time around now you're dealing with a little more capital, and now when this happens, you're like, I don't know what's going on anymore. And that's what I wanted my audience to feel as well. And I think that's what a lot of us are. I mean, think about it. $3,500 into 24,000 just on XRP. That's staggering. If that money would have just sat in the bank, and you could have bought it at 38 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents, and 5,000 turned into 24. It's the same thing. You could have bought it at 28 cents, 30 cents, 60 cents, 80 cents. Just think about it, though. Imagine you're $7,000 sitting in the bank, and you said at 70 cents, fuck it. It's under $1. It looks like it's about to surge again. I think I waited too long, but I'm not waiting. It's not too long yet. It's still cheap. And one day I'm going to say, man, that 70 cents was a good buy. Of course, I could have bought it a little bit cheaper. I was watching it, but, you know. So that person is sitting here now saying, man, 7,000 into 24, I can't believe it. And we're at that moment now. Now, what happens right now is where it gets special. For the 10,000 tokens at the 30 or 40 cent level, you're watching this now, and yeah, when we bought it, it was going up by the hundreds. Now every single time, and it's scary, every single time it goes 240 to 250, you made $1,000 on 10,000 tokens. You made $1,000. When it was going from 30 to 40, or 30 to 31 cents, I mean, you were making $100. Now it goes from 243 to 244 to 245. But once it goes to 250, that's 1,000. 250 to 260, that's 1,000. That's the point. Every 10 cents you make $1,000. Every 35 cents you 1x. So when XRP has a day where, hey, the technical target in the short term is, right, if it breaks up, right, the technical target is a 60 cent move to $3.04 approximately. That 60 cent move is a what is that? A $6,000 move for us, just on 60 cents. And it's only a 24% market move. But it's getting close to a 1 3/4x. Like that's why you get, I'm sorry, I'm stuttering, but that's why you prep in the bear market. You can't emulate this in a bull market if you buy it now. Yes, you can 1x it if you buy it now and it goes all, you know, that all-time highs. You could feasibly about 1.4x this. But for anybody who bought it in the bear market around the levels we preached for over 2 years, it's something, this is life-changing right now. For some people, you're going to have a transfer that you're not going to be ready for. And I hope, beyond hope, that this is the time now for at least the XRP chart. Because if it is, and if this is playing out the way it looks, I mean, this is just the freaking beginning. And then you kind of put the cherry on top of things, right? We've got things that we like. This was the one in the ecosystem that I still think is going to be the one that just... This will be the one that is my single biggest gainer of all times, percentage-wise. Unless DGB does something to change that, but just the total circulating supply of this one is just something different. And right now, I mean, you're not misreading this. In the last month, even though it's down 3.6% right now, today, it's up 11x this month. So that's not a misread. That's true. That is actually true. So, and it's just watching this happen. It's like my mind is just like, I don't know how to process. I do, but I don't. I do, but I don't. Because there's so much stuff happening simultaneously. And like right now, a lot on that page is pretty bare. VELO is up 1.8%. Somebody asked me to look at Jasmy, down 3.2%, but it had a nice day before the flip of the clock. Had a nice day before the flip of the clock. But we have to honor now and try to respect our own uptrend that we've created. So that we can continue this rally. And I talked more this evening. I get it. I have a lot to say. I talk more. But like the things that are setting up right now, every single day, it's getting much more enjoyable. Much more enjoyable. Like I can't even describe the level of just pure satisfaction I feel right now. For our 4 years almost of nonstop every single day, not missing a moment, no matter what, no excuses. We just showed up. And because we just showed up, we're showing out now, basically. It's like show up and show out. Like now it's like the journey is starting to, it's not coming to an end. We're really just beginning. But our destination is becoming more clear of where we're trying to get to right now. If you missed the start of the journey, the destination for you feels different if you weren't there from the beginning. If you jumped on board late, there's still a destination. It's just the journey's going to be a little different for you. That's all. It's not that it's over. It's not that it's any less exciting. But like when I see stuff like this with Jasmy, when we marked this out, this is where everybody was pissing me off and they kept talking about it. So I finally bought it and told them, hey, you guys can stop bothering me. I got 30,000 Jasmy. Okay, just I've got it. You guys broke my balls here. I didn't buy it here. So I bought it here when it made the dip. And then I said, hey guys, I got it under 2 cents. I didn't get it down here where a bunch of you were complaining. Well, not complaining, but just like, hey, you got to look at this pattern. And when I did, it was undeniable what was going on here. It was just undeniable. Left shoulder, big head, right shoulder, fake breakout attempt 1, and then it back tossed. And when it did that, I'm like, oh my God, they actually can see it. And I actually said thank you to the audience for bringing this up before the breakout. And when it was actually on a big consolidation to where the audience had plenty of time to buy, and everybody said it so much that I one day came out and said, listen, you don't have to keep breaking my balls because I bought Jasmy, okay? I've got 30,000 tokens. And then it went unnoticed, so I had to keep repeating myself for like 2 weeks that I own Jasmy. I am not missing out because you guys wouldn't let me. And I love it. I thank you for it because ever since that day when you guys wouldn't stop breaking my balls back here in early November, hey, Tom, I know XRP's starting to break out, but Jasmy's the Bitcoin of Japan or China or Korea or whatever the hell everybody said. You know what made me do it and stick with it? There was rumblings about a month ago about the potential partnership with IOTEX. And you guys know how passionate I am with IOTEX. And there's a potential partnership on the DPIN. And then all of a sudden, a couple weeks ago, it became more than noise. And then last week, it became official that, in fact, they are partnering for the DPIN. And it's like, well, I'm not selling it now. I was going to sell it after the initial move, and I was like, the hell with this. But anyhow, like, that's what I'm saying. Because of my audience, that's this. I don't even know how far this is going to go, but it's going to go. If this breaks out to the top side, our first big target back up is going to be back up near 6 cents. But Jasmy, it's just like a lot of them. If this is just the start, it's got a long, long road to climb here, and every single one of these are starting to look like descending wedges that have broken out now to the top side. And the important thing here is we got to get back in that area. 4.92, you get on top of that, we're running towards 6. It's pretty simple. Canto's another one that a few would just not, well, one person in particular, and if you're in the audience, you know who you are, would not leave me alone. Tom, I know you got a lot of stuff, but come on, man. This is at 1 cent. This is at, what was it, back here, and I didn't even buy it back here, as I've said before. 1.3 cents. Then it went up here, and I'm like, oh my God. And he would the never-ending criticism, not in a bad way, but in a good way, saying I researched this myself, and I told you, like, this is just the beginning. And I'm like, oh shit. And this is somebody I respect in the audience for some time. I said, oh man, I really screwed this one up. So I didn't hesitate, as he knows, to buy the 30,000 when it came back through this uptrend. So the moment it did that, I said, I'm going to rectify my mistake. And he was very happy when I did it a few weeks ago. So I at least rectified that mistake. And I'm glad I did, because look at what this was setting up. So he knew, just like the person with Jasmine knew. And look, this hit here and I was like, off. So then I just let it do what it had to do. Again, I did not hit it at the very bottom here. It was like 1.4 right here. Did this again, and I sat here, and what did I do? I didn't do anything, despite feeling so like, oh my God, second chance, let it go. When it did this and formed what I thought was a W, I said, the hell with this, I bought 30,000. And then I told him, and we were all good. I said, you can keep criticizing in a good way, because it was constructive criticism. Like, hey, if you missed this, this is your own damn fault. I've been telling you this for freaking 6 months. Like, now's the time. If you don't do it now, or 3 months actually, you wouldn't do it back here when you should have. You got lucky here and you didn't. You almost got crushed here and you let it go. You even watched it come below and you were scared. You watched it go up and you had regret, and then remorse turned into payment. So even I go through the emotions. And then I bought the FOMO because I said, I'm not missing it again, damn it. Then it went up and came down, and I said, this doesn't even bother me. Let's just let it play out now. Look at what's happening. So again, 40% of my portfolio are tokens that I hadn't even heard of until my audience forced me to do some deep research. 95% of what my audience tells me I never buy. Ever. And it's not because I don't trust you. It's because I think what you're suggesting to me is a pile of... No offense, but most of you tell me to buy meme tokens, and I'm not buying them. It's got to have some kind of real utility. So when I find Canto, and it has the interoperability to one day work with the XRP ledger, I say, oh man, if you're going to have interoperability with anybody, it might as well be the ledger. And that plays right into my XRP, my Ripple, and the ecosystem that I love. So I made room for it. And there's another reason why I own this token, because I love to share. And because I'm not so obsessed with the comments, I can share this, and I love the comments, because I'm going to go into them. I love the comments. But YouTube's not showing me again for some reason. They really are making me, making this interesting. But that's the story behind Canto and Jasmine. There's an equally exhilarating story behind Kava, but not yet. It's not time. But that's one that if you want to buy, you buy. It's just a slightly different story. Stellar. VELO up 2.44%. AMP looks like it's kind of swinging around here a little bit. Again, we're looking at Ethereum, waiting for this. XRP's now over $2.40. Ooh. Starting to play up here a little bit, are we? I really hope this is a super bullish weekend for my audience. And I can't wait until one day we sit here and we say, man, that 35,000 to 100,000 plan we had, we crushed it. We crushed it. But right now we can't say that. We're only about 24,000 plus on that 3,500. So anybody, if you're watching my audience, if you're new, that's what we've been doing. So if you've heard everything I've said, this is what we've been doing. Oh, I see a couple donations. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Jorge, thank you so much for not only being in Tom's Army for 3+ months with the XP Meteor. He says, hit that like button and subscribe. Yes, and I'll thank everybody in a sec for something else. We took out 2 major, extremely big levels this year in the year of 2024 as we reflect here in a minute. Thank you, Jorge, and he sent a $5 donation. What a son of a gun this guy is. Thank you so much for that. And the top 5 podcast sends a $2 donation, says, you guys got to look into XCN. Big news and for ooh. This is what I like. Thank you for the $2 donation, because it definitely lit up my screen when I turned on my chat on my phone so I could try to see what everybody said. But let me put this in here. XCN. And while I'm doing this, I'd like to thank everybody in the audience real quick. And everybody who subscribed to my channel, and I know who you are, because next to your name, if you're subscribed, you've got like what looks like a bag next to your name, a red bag, looks like you're going to work kind of. That's the subscriber thing that I turned on my YouTube channel. Not paid subscribers, but for subscribers to my channel who are actually subscribed for free, and you are part of those 30,100 subscribers. I would like to thank you guys, because in the year of 2024, we not only took out 20,000 subscribers, but in one calendar year, we were able to so far pick up 10,700 subscribers. We took out 20,000 because we missed it by about 623. We took out 20,000 in 24, and then we did not suffer the same fate. We actually took out 30,000 here in the calendar year of 24. So we took out 20,000 subscribers and 30,000 subscribers this year, and we're already off to a hot start. We're over 30,100 subscribers, so we've already picked up 100 plus subscribers today. So I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Like, that can go without, it can't go without saying, because it's the truest statement I can make. Without all of you, I am nothing. Oh my God, a dragon pattern here too. Are you kidding me? Is that, whoa. That's a very similar pattern to XRP. That's a dragon pattern as I stand here sitting and breathing. Holy smokes. Where the hell can you buy XCN? And this is at a 002. Oh my God, this guy's a hero. Who the hell sent that? Excuse me. Sorry for swearing, but this is exhilarating. Damn it, they don't have it on my sleeper website. Damn it. Oh, where can you buy XCN? I was hoping they would have it on my sleeper website, HOTCOIN, because they usually have these overzealous ones that haven't really got any of the over tug here. XCN. Damn it. I don't think any of my exchanges have it. XCN. Nope. Of course not. Let me go into the chat real quick. No, not tonight for EU. I believe it's December 31st. I believe it's December 31st. The top 5 podcast. Thank you for the third YouTube super chat of $2. He says, Visa, CityCap, and Coastlaw all partnered up with XCN. Where do you buy XCN? Okay, Sean. I was sick of Uphold too. So I use, and I can only tell you what I use. I can't promote something I don't use if I don't believe in it. So I could tell you all these different exchanges, but I just tell you what I use. So my saving grace, and I'll give you all 3 of them for a reason. BITUNIX, they have the lowest maker-taker fee. There's no VPN or KYC there. You're not sending or receiving from a bank account. This is a trading website. So if you're sick of Uphold, you could always send some of your stuff over, trade there, and then use Uphold as a withdrawal destination, but I don't know. But you can do it like that. That's what I do on BITUNIX. I have my AMP there. There's a few others there. You can buy XRP and yada, 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 so on and so forth. HOTCOIN, you can do the leverage and spot, but I like HOTCOIN because they've got some of the tokens that are not necessarily there on most of the exchanges. For instance, they have IOTA in spot. They have VELO in spot. They have ESE with its EC in spot. So, maker taker, when it comes to leverage is a little bit higher, but they offer higher leverage. So that is a very big help for me for those particular tokens. And crypto.com is maybe the most important information I can give you. Crypto.com, you can get the Visa debit card, and I have it. And all of my profits, or if I have money from profits from other exchanges, I send Tether over to the exchange, and I will put Tether and lock. And the reason I send Tether is because I don't want to have to sell a crypto when I do my returns and stuff. If you do Tether, and then it's just kind of, hey, I'm adding Tether from my bank. It's just, here's an on-ramp. And I'm using it on my Visa debit card now. And that's how you can make purchases. You can do whatever you want with it. It's a prepaid card with your crypto. And I get rewards in CRO right now. I just got 60-something CRO tokens as a monthly reward for using purchases and such. And then I got another reward for allocating I have 10,000 or 20, I don't remember, 20,000 tokens of CRO. And I allocated it for 1 year. And every month you get a little, I guess it's being staked or allocated. So I guess it's a fake dividend payment kind of, because it's not technically a dividend because they don't earn anything. Like they don't have earnings. But you get what I'm saying. So it's vital for me to have that. But also on crypto.com, I have Canto, Jasmy, IOTX. I have DGB, XLM, VChain, ZIL. So I have quite a diverse portfolio there. So those are the ones I trust. The Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. That's so if you want to send a donation and don't want to use YouTube. Even if you want to, you never have to send a donation. I do all this for free. So yes, I appreciate the ones in Tom's Army. I really, really, from the bottom of my heart, I do. And the ones who send donations. But don't ever come in here thinking you have to send one. I'm going to give you the same courtesy. I'm going to give you the same information. And I'm going to treat you just the same, whether or not you are paid or not. Because I respect each and every one of you. And each and every one of you deserve a response if I can get to it. Obviously, tonight I am doing a piss poor job of looking at the comments. But I am trying to give you the most information I can give you in the short amount of time I have. And I'm already cutting into it because I'm already supposed to be with Julie in the room because she's going to be going to bed soon. And I want to make sure she has everything she needs. Her foot's bothering her. And, you know, that's the way it goes. So I'm trying to do this. But look at this. This is beautiful. Looks like a dragon pattern, too. That's craziness. So, yeah, this definitely obviously has some kind of news building within the charts here because something's going to happen here. Where is... I can buy this on Coinbase? Oh, Christ. Whoa, Kraken? Oh my God, if it's on Kraken, I have a Kraken account that I've never ever bought anything on. I just use that as an off-ramp when I wanted to get money in the past. If they have it, it would be the sole reason why I need to have this exchange. And I'd be like, see, I didn't know why in the past. I didn't know why, but now I do. Oh, I would if this has X. Oh God, please. Because when I like to buy things that the audience gives me. And obviously I have to look at something else still. Come on, Kraken. There we go. My whole 6 cents in here. They have they have it. They have it. Oh, thank you. I'm going to send money over to Kraken. Let's see how much I can send over. I got plenty of money. I'll just have to send some over from BITUNIX. I have my 2,000. I'm gonna buy. I can already tell you guys. I'm gonna end up buying. I just want to be transparent. I'm gonna do this right when I log off. Actually, I'm gonna send over via XRP. I'm just gonna buy XRP with some of my liquid cash. I like to support the XRP ledger when I can. And then I'm gonna buy. I think I want to buy 100,000 tokens. At least. Because that's... I've been looking on my phone secretly. But I'm starting to see things that are very, very, very appealing to me. And yeah, I mean... I tried to look Kryptonian about the connection with Stellar, and I definitely, there's rumors when I'm looking through this, but there's nothing concrete that I can be like, oh, yep, but you're definitely not the only person bringing that link up, so definitely something, where there's smoke, there's fire. So the circulating supply is 31 billion, max supply is 48.4 billion. So, not out of the realm of what we deal with every single day. All-time highs was 18 cents in 2022. All-time low was 0007 on October 11, 23. The median holding time of anybody who holds it is 22 days. It ranks 136th among tradable assets on Coinbase. So, it's definitely this would be considered a sleeper here. So, it's at 00... What did we say it was? 00 ECN. I'm going to do my due diligence on this one because I do know I have to go. So I know some people are probably just leaving right now. But this is one that... This is actually one that is making me like, hey, there's something here. XCN, there's something here. Which one was I using? XCN. Since I'm using Kraken, I'll be using Kraken. I should have just seen that. I'm using the Kraken one and I didn't even pay attention to that. It was on Kraken. Unbelievable. So it is at 0025. So I'm going to send over probably $2,800 to Kraken to make sure that I can buy 100,000. Isn't that 100,000 at... Can you guys help me do some quick math? If it's at 00256, that would mean that I would have to put right now $2,500 roughly, because it keeps going up a little bit, for 100,000 tokens. Something like that at this very moment. But yeah, you would have to make an educated decision. I don't know how much I'm going to put in. I was just saying that's if you wanted to do 100. But I might throw $1,000 over there. I don't know what I'm going to put over there, but I'm definitely going to probably build into this. It's got that uptrend started that I always talk about too. I mean, it's up 120. I mean, it's pretty much within the realm of where everything is at. And I like that it's in the double zeros still, especially where it's been in all-time highs. The circulating supply seems to warrant a possible move in time. Like, it's not going to have a crazy, crazy supply that's going to be dragging it down. So, yeah, I'm on board with that. Whoever just sent that to me, let me get back into my comments, but whoever just sent that and told me to look at that, because immediately I could see a dragon pattern. And that right off the bat makes me really excited here. Really excited. And just seeing the overall pattern setup, I mean, whoever just sent me that obviously has trading knowledge. That's incredible. Could you give your chart opinion on the HOTCOIN token catch on base? It's below 2 cents, beta launching this month. My friend, I'm going to have to come back to you on that one because I do have to go. I do appreciate the $5 donation, but let me write this down in my phone. That is catch. I'm going to put it in on my chart on my phone because I have my phone all the time. I'll bring this back in the live. I'm going to be back Saturday morning to do a live. I got to go to my nephew's basketball games at 12:30 and 2:30 tomorrow. I promised him I would go. But I'm going to add this because I'm going to do a live in the morning. So if you're watching me right now, make sure in the morning you tune back. I'll have an analysis for you with the live in the morning. I promise. That's going to be my A1 thing to get to, Papa Georgie. I apologize, it can't be. I just have to go help Julie right now. Bear says XCN as on Onyx coin is trash. Okay, good. This is what I want to know. I want to know. I love it. Just bought some XCN. Tom the Dragon Slayer. Stellar's company Lightyear owns. Bullish XCN. Okay. So I was just reading what some people had said. 70,000 tokens at 56 cents. Average, Joseph says. Up about 130,000. Can't see how people complain about the drops. All thanks to you, Tom. Your work is always appreciated regardless of the haters. I really appreciate that, my friend. And congratulations on such a nice hit. That's a beautiful... I love reading stuff like that. And thank you for the $10 donation. That was certainly very generous of you. Like, seriously. Thank you so much. Oh, wait a minute. That would be $1 million. You're right. Oh, my bad. I need 250 now. I forgot it's at 002 and not 02. Duh. There we go. Thank you, audience. But some of you bought 3,000 in it. XCN is not ISO compliant. Okay. That's not the worst thing. Is it IoT compliant? Or I'm going to have to do some research. I'm going to come back to you guys tomorrow with some research. And it does matter, Mike, if it's not one of 3 parts. It's got to be ISO, IoT, or it's got to be part of the mainframe of one or the other. Like you gotta be connected to this new system. But if it's on, can't put XCN on Caleb and Brown. I don't have a lot of information on Caleb and Brown. I do know of it. I've messed around with the exchange a little bit, but, well, I mean, it's kind of like a brokerage, but you'll get 1 million XCN for 2,500. Holy smokes. I don't know. I'm going to have to do some research on that. Doesn't appear to be ISO compliant. Has been packed for the last 6 months. Excellent. International Standard of Operation. Execute pump. It's definitely idiot compliant. Thanks for that. Hey, I'm asking you guys about XCN. I was looking at some of the stuff and it seemed promising, some of the stuff, but I got to do my due diligence. So I'll let you guys know my decision tomorrow. But I'm going to go. Thank you all so much for the support. XRP is at $2.4469. Didn't really move much, of 1% since we've been on. But we know all of the targets, we know all the numbers, and we know all the data. Thank you all so much for your time.